The amazing, the awesome Miranda Lambert performing for us on iHeartCountry. I'm your host, Amy Brown. You can use the hashtag iHeartMirandaLambert if you'd like to talk to us on social media. But I want to get to the big news, your Vegas residency. Everyone loves to cheer for you.
I like it. Can y'all just come live with me? So every morning I wake up and, yay!
I know. It's like I want to put Miranda's fans in my pocket. So it's going to be called Miranda Lambert Velvet Rodeo, the Las Vegas residency, and I would love for you to give us the details.
Give it, girl, she's ready. I'm so excited. I've been thinking about it for a year. It's been kind of a conversation, and I'm nervous in a good way. It's such a different thing to not get off a bus and play music, be in one place. And so I've been talking to a lot of friends that have done it and love it and tell me the ins and outs of how different it is from being on the road. We're road dogs. We've been playing on the road for 20 years, so it's just cool, we take the party to people, but this time the party's just in Vegas, and the party comes to us, and so I'm all about that.
Well, and you know what we get curious about, the common people. Do you know anything about the amazing hotel? You don't have to travel. You probably get this amazing suite. Do you have details on that yet?
I've talked, like I said, it's new. We're all excited. The band and I've had, lots of conversations about it, too. We're like, what do we do with our time? We get to go hike and make eggs? What are you talking about? But it's just, I think it's it would be sort of like a normal job in a way for the first time, and it's really, you know what I mean? We just drive to work and then we go home and sleep. So I'm really excited. I'm excited about the level of production we're going to be able to do, because we don't do that a lot. Number one, logistics, and number two, I always want it to be about the music, and there's an element of that I'm going to stick with. But in Vegas, it's more sequins, more fire. Don't threaten me with a good time. So I'm very excited about all the ins and outs of the creative process of making these songs come to life a little more on stage.
And tickets go on sale tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I think so. Something like that.
Yes, and a cool part that I want to make sure we acknowledge is that $1 of every ticket purchased is going to be donated to Mutt Nation Foundation, which is your nonprofit organization, which is super impressive because over $6 million has been donated since 2009.
Which is amazing. Anytime I can combine my two passions, music and mutts, it's a blessing, and we get to sing country music for a living, which is the best job in the world, but I always try to use the platform that I've built for good, and for my heart, it's animals. And so the fact that we can celebrate country music and come together and have a drink and a great night and also help some innocent animals that need our help is a really cool thing to be able to do.
Well, you've definitely done that, and not just the money donation, but I just think probably of all the people that have been inspired by you to actually adopt, not donate, but when it comes to getting a dog, they're probably like, what would Miranda do?
Oh, well, don't do what I do. You'll have a bunch. We're full.
Okay, so let's go back to the residency in Vegas. What gave you the inspiration to pursue it?
I guess, I don't know. I've been asked the question, how'd you know it was time? I don't know how it became time, but it just felt right. It came to the table, and watching kind of peers, whether the country genre or other genres of people sort of my age, we came out at the same time, have these residencies. It feels like it's a very cool thing, and it's a different thing than we've all done before. But when you have something happening in Vegas, it instantly sets it up for just a good time, because people come there for fun. That's the point of Vegas, And so I feel like it's going to take the shows up a notch, just from a standpoint of no one comes to Vegas to not have fun. So I think it's and it takes a lot of pressure off, It's like everyone is there for a good time, and that helps us to not take ourselves too seriously. We play music, we play live music, and we make mistakes, and we have a great time, and we change our minds sometimes and play something different, and Vegas is a perfect place to be accepting of that.
Oh, well, that was going to be my question. You're going to have a set playlist, or maybe from night to night you just feel the crowd and switch things up?
I like to have the option of changing my mind because I'm a woman. So
Yes, which, some women need that, that reminder, that permission that you're allowed to change your mind.
Yeah, so we usually have, a look, we call it, where it's, classic rock cover look. Like, we might just be like, we want to do ZZ Top right now, so we're going to, you know?
What about your band? Your people, they're all back here. They're ready to go. They're not thrown by it.
They love it.
Yes.
They're on board of any kind of audible. They're like, yes, we're doing it.
And what about the name Velvet Rodeo? Where did that come from?
Well, it's a line in one of my new songs, which I'm going to play in a minute, called Actin' Up. It's the first song on Palomino, and I don't know, I feel like I've built a career on being feminine and still keeping a badass edge, and I think that's important, and I felt like Velvet Rodeo encompassed that. It sort of like felt like my catalog as a whole, and it's a line in a new song, and it just felt like very Vegas to me.
Yeah. It's a vibe.
It's a vibe.
I love it.
Yeah.
Speaking of Vegas residencies, have you seen any of the other shows that are out there? There's so many.
There's so many I want to see.
Okay.
I want to see Carrie and Silk Sonic and Celine when she comes back. But I did go. We went on some of us on our team went on a recon trip. We went and saw Shania, Brooks and Dunn and Reba, and George Strait. So I was like in cowgirl heaven. It was awesome, but it was really cool to be in the room that we're going to be in because Shania's in the room we're going to be in at Zappos Theater, and so it was cool to see. The room is such a cool setup. It feels intimate. I think it holds 4,200 or something, but I could see every face, and I love that because it felt like a big honky tonk, and that's really my vibe. So I'm very excited about the room and the way it sounded and the way it looked, and there's so many possibilities for production, like I said, that we don't get to sort of use when we're moving it in trucks every night. So I got a whole new world ahead of me creatively, which is exciting.
So you're involved in the details. Like, you're an artist that likes to be in everything from the wardrobe to the set to everything.
Yeah, and I think wardrobe changes are part of Vegas. Like, that's the thing. Never done that before. I trust my stylist who's here. She's my really good friend, and she's like, you're going to be fine. I'm like, I can't even pick out one outfit, much less 3 for one show, but I'm excited about that, too, because it's something different.
Now, you mentioned going to see George Strait's show.
Yeah.
And I guess when you did that, I know you hopped up on stage.
Yeah, I mean, it's the king. I couldn't help myself.
Yeah, I mean, woo, what a memory.
Yeah.
I kind of wish I could have that for myself. But can we expect any surprise guests during Velvet Rodeo that you know of? Or maybe not their names, but...
Well, the thing about Vegas is people want to come there. It's like, hey, do you mind? I'll get you a ticket to Vegas if you'll come sing a song. People are way more willing to do that than like middle of nowhere fair somewhere, you know? So I think we'll have a lot more possibility to have some surprises.